Hey guys, Mitch from Switchback Lighting again. Today we're working on a VE Series 2 set of headlights. We're doing a custom set. Pretty basic set. It's just a quad projector setup with a housing blackout. So in this video, just want to run through how to open these up, how to modify them. And yeah, we've got kits. We're going to have kits on our website that you can purchase yourself and install yourself. These are fairly easy to do, so we're going to get into it. So first off is I'm going to get one of the headlights out of the way. So I've got this one to work on. So pretty much the dust caps are already off, so we're going to use our little side cutters to take this piece of plastic off. This is basically just to keep the housing from falling forward in transit if the box is dropped or anything like that, so that's not needed at the moment. We want to take on all these breathers, there's a plastic cover. These need to be replaced with the rubber OEM covers that you will have on your current headlights at the moment. And these are to prevent condensation, so the air flows through. As you can see, these have four breathers on them, so plenty of breathers. There's no issue with condensation with these headlights, unlike the VF ones that we did before. But pretty much with these ones, we've got two Phillips head screws in the outer section, so we're going to undo them. If you're doing this on a cool day, these screws can be pretty tight because they do screw into the sealant as well, so just keep that in mind. Try not to strip the screws because they are a pain to get out if you do that, but pretty much got our oven set on 105 degrees. These guys will be going in for, I normally do 6 minutes, and then you're literally able to pull them apart. So we'll put this guy in the oven and we'll be back after that. Alright, so we're back. I've just taken the liberty of prepping the projectors that we're going to use in these headlights. You saw that in the Hex Halo build, how to put these together, putting the shroud on, taking the cut-off shield out. So they're ready to go. Not wasting any time today. These guys have been in the oven for about 7 minutes. They should be more than ready to go. So these are pretty easy. All we really do, similar to the VF headlights, is just pull headlights away from, so these are a lot easier obviously because it's butyl. You've just got to watch you don't get, it's very sticky, and this stuff gets everywhere. So the next section, we're just going to flip it over and do the bottom part like so, making sure you pull the plastic plastic notches back because they do clip onto these headlights quite well. They need to because they're butyl, but pretty much you see all the stringing on both sides. We don't want to pull them right apart yet. I'm just going to put it back down. I'm going to take my gloves off because I don't want to get my gloves covered in this either, but pretty much I normally just grab with my fingers and roll the excess butyl up. It doesn't matter, we're adding more butyl, so it doesn't matter how much you take out, how little you take out. Yeah, it gets super sticky, so flip him on the bottom. This will be a good example of, we don't want this getting on everything, is the reason why we're swiping this out. But pretty much now I'm just going to grab the lens and pull it towards me to get your corner bit. And do the same thing, just put your hand in there and grab while pulling away from the headlight housing. So that is done. I'm just going to put the lens behind it. While they're in a warm state, it will continue to be sticky and just stick to everything. So just put it down, let it cool down, and then you're able to muck around. If you do get a little bit of butyl on parts, you can use a rolled up piece and just touch it on top of it, and the butyl that's stuck to the headlight or the part will stick to the butyl that's in your hand. So that's a good way to remove it. And just go around, check that everything's not covered in it, and that's pretty good. So we've got two Phillips screws, got one up the top there and one at the bottom. We're going to undo them. This will take the indicator chrome bezel out. Put these aside, you will need these later. Pretty much get that through. Ignore my dog's playing. So that chrome's out. That's going to get dipped in caustic soda to strip this chrome off, so just put that to the side. Similar to the F setup, we've got your adjustment screws and your clip at the bottom. Slightly different, same concept. So we'll undo that. These have quite a bit of adjustment, so they're really quick to get these out. Needle nose pliers, saw last time, squeeze it, and it unclips, like so, and then undo the rest of it. Now, we do have a Parker. As you can see, the green and black cable going in there. The Parker just pops out. We're actually not going to use that in these headlights. But so that's pretty much the housing disassembled. Put that aside for now. And then we've got our inner section, same as the VF headlights. This is plastic though. We've got the 3 screws on the back to take your chrome bowl off, which we're going to do. We're going to dip that. We're going to strip the chrome, primer, paint that satin black, and then of course install our projectors into it. These lenses we're going to honeycomb etch, and pretty much, yeah, that's what we're going to do with them. So now we'll go over to the lens. So on the back of the lens here, we've got 4 screws that hold this section in, because we're going to black out this. The surround is already black, so all we're going to do is remove this chrome shroud, which, yeah, just those 4 Phillips screws. You don't even need to take the whole bezel out, or the whole insert out, sorry. It's better because less likely to get stuff in it. So with this one, all we're going to do, the indicator clear section is sitting on top of the bezel, so we're just going to pull this up, keep it into its position, but we're going to pull the chrome bit out and we're going to put this clear piece back down. Once the clear piece is back down, I'm going to put this in the headlight box so it doesn't get dust in it while we're working on the rest of it. We'll need to modify this chrome bowl a little bit because it's slightly different, and we've got this big H9 moulded section rather than the plastic section we just unscrewed on the VF ones. So essentially I'm going to get a Dremel with a cutting disc on it, and we're going to cut away this Parker section, and we're also going to cut away this H9, H11 section so it's flush, and then we can bolt our projector through and put our nut on and whatnot. So we're going to do that before I strip it, just so I don't have to clean this again. So we're going to cut that pretty much so they're all flush, as I said, we're going to dip this. This should be completely black underneath, so we won't need to paint it either, so which will be good. Then of course remove the lens. We're going to etch that, so we'll get back when we've done all that. Alright, so we've just shaved down that top bit. I'll just give you a look. Cut that guy off, shave that down, and we also had to shave down the inner Parker section as well, so the projector has a flat section to mount on. So now we're going to dip this, strip the chrome, give it a paint to get ready to install our projector. So I've got a little tub here that we've put the caustic soda and water in. So you'll see I've just dropped these in. We've got the other bezel in there that's slowly eating away at the chrome, but eventually it'll look like this. That'll be the bowl section, and then these will come out pure black, so we won't need to paint them at all. So we'll get back when that's done. Alright, so if we check out our parts, we'll see that the chrome's been stripped. So I'm going to get these out, rinse them with water, and then prep them for painting. You'll also see here how these are going. There's still a little bit more chrome to be stripped from them, but that's the process, and that's how they come out. It's amazing. So I'm going to dunk him back in there and mix it around. We're going to leave these in here while we're painting the other bits and make sure that all the chrome's stripped, and yeah. Alrighty, so fast forward a bit, we got the reflectors painted, we got the projectors mounted, we got the indicator bezel painted gloss black for a little bit of reflection. All that's left to do is pull the low beam bezel out of the caustic soda and pretty much put that back in the lens section and seal them back up. So we'll get to that and we'll come back when the headlights are back together and all finished. Alright, so we've just put the bezel in, it's all finished. Pretty much now the process of putting them, sealing them back up. So we're going to put the whole lot in the oven. Want to inspect it before we put it in the oven, make sure there's no dust and whatnot and smudges or something on the lens. So essentially all we're going to do is sit the housing over the top of the headlight. The oven is just about preheated, so we're going to put it back in for 6 to 7 minutes and then pretty much do exactly what we do with the VF headlights. Press the whole lot together. These ones don't need clamps, you just you'll see there's little notches on the headlight itself that will clip into the housing and keep it in place, and then we'll put the 2 screws in the outside as well. So we'll put them in the oven and seal them back up. Alrighty, so we are back. We've sealed this headlight back up. We've also put the screws back in. We've installed our low beam and high beam. These headlights don't come with a indicator socket, so we've included the indicators in this build, so the customer will use his original ones. So other than that, they just need a wipe down to get all the dust off the front of them, and we'll pack them up and get them on their way to the customer.